Welcome to the Fighting Couch Potatoes. I'm Kadawfi Crush, and I am joined by Liquid Gold Steve.
The walls are talking to me.
And I'm also joined by MattMatt.
Break the walls down!
Break down
Break
the walls.
down the walls!
They're going to be breaking some walls down, apparently. I think they still think we're talking about Full Metal Alchemist today. Everybody got rock climb. An explosion. An earthquake. Anyway. You know where that's from?
No.
For real?
No.
Damn.
But to me, I can see like a Grease kind of movie with like four guys just.
It's Snake Jazz from Rick and Morty.
Oh.
Oh man.
We just need to do a Rick
Was
and
it
Morty
season? Was it season 5? Because I didn't see season 5.
Season 3, 4.
It's
4?
been a while since I've seen Rick and Morty.
Season 4, I think.
I don't watch Rick and Morty no more.
Well, what we are actually here to talk about today, we're here to talk about dreams and how dreams can be crazy and how dreams can be crazy in anime. For those of you who don't know, I guess if you like Inception, there's an anime movie for you. It's called Paprika.
Paprika.
So like a little bit, like it is Inception, but
It's not the story of Inception.
yeah.
It's the idea of involving yourself in people's dreams, one way or the other. In this particular case, we have a doctor. Her name is Dr.
Chiba.
Dr. Chiba. She is the what do you call it?
She's the head?
Not the head. What? No, she's a head doctor. What do you call those things?
A psychiatric.
A psychiatric.
Not psychiatric.
Not psychological.
It's psychiatric, but it's
Psychiatrist?
Would that be a head?
Is that the word we're looking for?
Would that be a head doctor?
Yeah, like a shrink.
Shrink.
Like a shrink. Yeah,
Something
she's
like
a
that.
psychiatrist. That's the right word for it. A shrink. A head doctor. A shrinking head doctor. Anyway, so she is a Miss Chiba, Miss Dr. Chiba. She is a psychiatrist for a big firm. What's the name of the firm? The big company they work for. I don't even know if they ever tell you.
I don't think they ever tell you either.
Doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't fucking matter. What she does is she helps out her patients through their dreams. She has access to a state of the art, not in production, but what is the other word I'm looking for? It's not beta.
Alpha stages.
Alpha stages? Was it alpha stages or is it
It's
beta?
almost completed.
Almost completed
Right.
alpha stage little device called the DC Mini. The DC Mini is a device that goes onto your head, and it also will go onto the head of your doctor, and y'all go take a nap.
It looks like a hair comb.
It does look like like one of them comb, like
It locks into your hair and it puts on your ear. Like I was like, man.
all right, that's kind of weird, but whatever. It's also kind of a little fashionable too. Like if it wasn't for dreams,
It wasn't for dreams.
if it wasn't for dreams, you could just wear that thing and be like, "What's that?" Hairpiece. But she goes into people's dreams and not really involves herself in dreams, but observes what's going on in dreams, and then allows the person to come back out of the dream and they can go over the footage together.
Well, Chiba doesn't.
When Chiba does this, Chiba actually takes on a personality of her own. In the dream state, she actually is someone else. She is our named character, Paprika.
At the beginning of the movie, Konakawa, the cop, is trying to find a killer that's he's been on the at its tail for years, or
It's been a couple months.
was it been a couple
Just a few months. It was the latest case he was working on.
And he's trying to find out what he's missing, like something's not clicking somewhere. So we talked to his old buddy from the firm, the dude with the glasses, really big eyes.
Dr. Shima.
And he gets him in touch with Paprika. Well, Dr. Chiba, but Paprika is her thing. And they go into his dream, and he goes into the greatest show on earth, the fucking circus. He's looking for his killer in his dreams, pretty much.
Right.
And he gets put into a cage, and then a bunch of people with his face And you know shit's like going down as soon as that shit happens. Like it's like, okay, this dude's like looking for somebody in the circus, and then all of a sudden he's in the fucking cage with like everybody looking at him, and then a bunch of like
They all turned into him.
a bunch of people that just turn into him just start attacking him in the cage, and he slips into another movie. Tarzan flies on a fucking vine with Paprika, goes into a spy thriller where Paprika saves his life with hitting the bad guy with the briefcase, and then it was some kind of love story, like a romance story, where he was taking pictures of her while she was hitting them with hitting people with the guitar.
Right.
Like this movie fucking kicks off running.
It was like the perspective of like when you're having multiple dreams yourself, if you've ever had one. I hear some people don't dream the same way, but like when you have a dream within a dream within a dream within a dream, and you kind of go down a weird dream rabbit hole, it's kind of like that is what he was doing. Like he was kind of sort of escaping into another dream or into another scenario where he had more control.
How the girl explained it was like when he was when you're before you get into that real long sleep,
The
REM sleep, you have like little shorts, and he was pretty much having little shorts.
Right.
The last one was the real long one, which was him trying to find the killer, running down the stairs and getting pretty much how a dream does, where you think you're running really fast and you're slow as molasses, getting
Right.
caught up in the ground and shit.
Yeah, the carpet goes out from under you.
Ugh.
He winds up chasing a guy through a hallway, and there's a person falling to the ground, from being shot and killed.
Yeah.
And this is in real life, this would be his
Victim
that he's searching for. He's searching for the perpetrator
perpetrator
of this crime. And what he gets in this dream is he gets another person at the end of the hallway, stopping at the end of the hallway, looking back, and then running through the door. And he can't seem to catch this person. In this part of the movie, Paprika kind of explains to him that, this is going to take some time to figure out how, what exactly has been affecting you. Because he's under stress. He's under, he's not really feeling himself. And he's thinking maybe it's the case, maybe it's this, maybe it's, she's like, calm down, we'll figure out what it is. From
It's
here,
not gonna be done in a night. Rome wasn't built in a day.
right. And from here, you actually start to see like a lot of other dream sequencey things. If you just kind of slow down and see what's going on in the movie there for a second, like when she pops up, that they're on the bed next to each other. When they wake up, she's Paprika, and she's dressed in normal clothes. And then the scene changes for a split second. Now she's suddenly in a robe. And she gets up and starts walking to the door, and she's suddenly in normal clothes again. It's almost like trying to recall a dream, trying to remember all the finer details, but you keep messing them up.
He's still coming out of it.
No, that too.
That too.
He's probably still dreaming while she leaves and everything like that.
Right.
I believe the opening was wonderful. I love how it was shot. I love the music. That music right there only shows up twice in the movie. I do like that music, the way she was like traveling through other people's perspective. Like, I love when she was getting hit on at the burger joint and she had 5 perspectives where she was just like, get the fuck away from me. I don't want to talk to you.
I like how she escaped into somebody's t-shirt. It was kind of like on Scott Pilgrim, how purple hair girl Ramona Flowers could like escape through shit. And it was kind of like Paprika could escape through like just lights. She can escape into your sunglasses, like a reflection. She can escape into a picture and take something out of the picture with her.
When I saw this movie, it reminded me like she's like a dream walker.
Yeah.
It's like she's just a figment of someone's imagination. She's there, but she's not really there.
Right.
Because she really isn't. That's just another personality of Dr. Chiba, but it's
like Dr. Chiba's MMO character. Like she created a little tune for the dream world, and this is what she does uses to interact with the dream world and help people out, because Paprika is fantabulous. She can fly, she can turn into whatever the fuck she want to turn into, and Dr. Chiba is very plain, very ordinary, stern. Her hair is very business scientist. Like you see her and you know you're a scientist.
It's two halves.
Right.
It's like Jekyll and Hyde, not Jekyll and Hyde, but it's just 2 personalities pretty much.
Right. Like 2 parts of your personality. Like you have the one personality that's like locked down because of work and because of ethics, and you can't just be a wild fucking animal and do what you want to do. And then on the inside you have that critter you want to let out and let go play, like go ride a motorcycle instead of driving this basic mommy sedan. Like go out there and fly in the clouds and pretend to be Sun Wukong. You have those moments of what you're able to do.
That's exactly what that was.
That's what I thought too. I was like, man, that kind of looks familiar, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. We finally get to meet the actual guy that made the DC Mini. The big man, that motherfucker is a big motherfucker.
Yeah, he a big fella.
They want you to know. It's like first time you meet him, like his name's Takeda, right? He's the inventor of the
DC Mini.
The DC Mini, and he's stuck in an elevator,
like stuck,
and I mean like horribly stuck.
He couldn't even turn around.
He's not even through the door. The door is wedging him in, and like Dr. Chiba has to come and save him.
It's kind of weird how he was even stuck. Like you got in there somehow.
How'd you get out?
Like he couldn't like turn around. Like I know he's been in an elevator before, and specifically this elevator before. How did you?
That fat boy has to have butter on him. That motherfucker can't put a little butter on his shoulders and fucking squeeze his ass out. It's a cartoon, man. Come on.
Got to sweat a little bit, and he got out.
He always sweat.
But
my bad. No, it was funny when they were at the fucking restaurant with Takeda, and it was it was Chiba, it was Dr. Chiba and the other doctor, Olsen, Mario,
Asuna.
Was it Asuna?
Dr. Asuna.
And he was like, who ordered the fucking he was eating half sandwiches like whole. And fucking was
and
like
some udon.
Who had some udon noodles? It was me.
They were me.
Had to plate of ribs.
Me.
That's the fat boy at the end of the table.
I appreciate.
He wasn't even in the booth. He couldn't fit in the booth.
I appreciate that when his food came, he just continued his conversation and raised his hand. And like it was nobody said shit. Nobody looked at him and was like, "You fat fucking fuck." Everybody knew he was a big fat fucking fuck.
You saw the neck fat on his ass.
Like to be honest with you, I've never quite seen a cartoon character fat like him. Like you get like your Peter Griffins and stuff, and they're real big, but like they did all the fat. Like they got the fat around his neck, the fat around his fingers, and his like. It was like, damn, they really like not like a big strong sumo wrestler fat, but a big lazy fat fucking fat. That's what they were able to.
But the bad thing is, he's one of the smartest fucking people. And Chiba said this: "You're the smartest person in the world, but you can't fucking stop eating."
Right, but you can't stop eating.
You're not smart enough to stop eating.
That's his vice. We all got to have a vice somewhere, right? So our story kind of kicks off at the elevator, where
fat fucking fat fuck.
Taniko, what is it? Taniko? Taquito? It's
No,
not
it's
Taquito.
not Taquito.
It is not Taquito. What is his name?
I bet he wishes it was.
What is his name?
Taquita?
Taquita.
Taquito.
Dr. Taquita is stuck in the elevator. And
damn, Steve.
He's trying to report to Dr. Chiba, aka Paprika, that the DC minis have been stolen. All three of them. They're all prototypes. They're not exactly ready for market yet. And apparently they don't have like a safety on them. Because you don't really want people stuck in dream sequences, and they don't really know what could happen with prolonged exposure to the DC mini.
Yeah. That's when they meet Professor X. That's when Dr. Shima shows up and says, "Oh man, what are we gonna do with these three fucking DC minis missing?" And they don't know what the board's gonna think, because that's pretty much some real shit going down. Like they people can go into people's dreams, suggest what they want to suggest, and because they
behind their dreams.
Yeah, because they don't have a like a limiter. They don't have anything to stop them from
separating dreams. They don't really have like a file system yet on it.
Yeah.
It's more so like just the technology is available now.
Because they had a bunch. I think they had the whole, I'm guessing, level of the people that were doing the DC Mini pretty much put their dreams into it. That's how they were testing it and shit.
Right.
Well, they have it's basically the psych ward, because what I was trying to say earlier, a little bit going back, was the DC Mini was designed as a therapy device, right?
Yeah.
Through people's dreams, like the most raw emotion you can get, let's explain how this is going, right? What your subconscious is actually thinking, right? Which Paprika, the way Paprika is, she's not sitting here helping you. She's sitting here observing. She's part of your dream, right? Like whether it be, oh, I'm the background character who you're taking a picture of. I'm the one who's helping you beat this guy who's trying to choke you out. You know, I was always there, but I was not always there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. She just fills a role.
Yeah, she fills a role in their
so
dreams.
she can observe.
So she can get an idea of what's going on in their head. Now, the DC Mini was a device used for therapy among psych patients, but what was happening was all of their dreams were stockpiling into it. And that's where you get the big parade, where the problems really start.
What's psych patients? Like what's
the test subjects they had for it?
I mean, they just use like regular people, like other doctors and shit.
Well, it was people who had depression and people who had like mental issues going on. Because like
Dr. Glasses, Dr.
Shima.
Shima.
Shima?
Yeah, Shima.
Shima. Gotcha.
Chiquito.
All right. Dr. Chiba.
Dr. Shima had depression.
Yeah.
And he mentioned to Dr. Chiba
that she helped him out.
She helped him out with depression.
Paprika did.
It seems that they've been testing this device for a few years.
Yeah.
Like getting it right, getting it ready for a few years. And during that, it took him like 2 years or
Human
so
trials
to get himself straight, to get himself out of depression. And of course, Dr. Shima is part of the board of this company that we work for. We're all afraid that someone is going to get their hands on the DC Mini, some kind of terrorist, and they're going to cause all kinds of fuck shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we end up going to go see the chairman, along with the board member, Dr. Shima and Dr. Chiba.
Professor X.
Professor X. Why is he Professor X, Steve?
Because he's straight up like Professor X.
Is it because he's bald and in a wheelchair?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. If you're bald and in a wheelchair, I'm sorry, but Steve thinks you're Professor X.
No, he looked okay, man. Like when I saw him, I was like, Professor X?
Oh, and if you wear a suit.
Because man, he had the little blanket on his legs.
Steve he had the roll around and see someone like that and be like, I know. Where's it at?
Where's Cerebro?
Where's Cerebro? But yeah, he's kind of pissed because DC Mini's gone. Well, 3 DC Minis are gone, and
he wants to shut down.
He doesn't want to shut down. He just wants to postpone it because they need to find those because a terrorist can take those. And
well, no, he was talking about shutting down the project. Like that's why Chiba was like, no, hold off on that. I'm gonna fix this.
And this is like my favorite part of the whole fucking movie. Like, because this is like when the movie decides to say, all right, we're getting started. It's like the Dr. Shima, he takes over as the mouthpiece. And he's like, look, Chairman, we got this under control. There's no big deal. There's eggs and toast on the pig back. And then, and then, hold on.
There's eggs and toast on the pig back.
Bro, hold on.
No fucking what?
I had like a whole fucking. Man. Okay.
You went Pootie Tang for a minute.
Like, bro. All right. So he's like, yeah, I got control of this. There's no big deal. You don't need to worry. I mean, look, bro, we got the eggs and toast on the pig back. We got the cow hoof sitting on rainbows. We got motherfucking Spider-Man hanging out with fucking Captain America. I don't know. I fucked that up too.
The fan told us that it was going to be 98 degrees outside today.
That up again.
Coming from the ocean.
To be honest, I thought that shit was going to get seriously dark as soon as that happened.
Like he just started like just jibber jabbering, saying words that didn't really go together. You know, the milk and the cheese help make tea, and then he just kind of went crazy for a minute, and then all of a sudden he was like, "Man, don't worry about this shit, bro. I'm telling you, we got this." And then hauled ass down the hallway and jumped out of a fucking 3-story window. When I saw this shit, I was like, oh, what the? What movie are we watching? And come to find out that his prolonged exposure, plus somebody else using the DC Mini, the terrorist who has it, somehow activated him into a dream state while he was wide awake. And that was one of the things that the chairman was worried about.
I thought when I saw this scene for the first time, because this is the very first time I've seen it, I thought he was dead. I thought it was like real dark shit was about to happen, and it was like, oh, he's all right. He fell out of a 3-story building.
I mean, he didn't fall.
He got lucky and got caught by a tree. Like they said, it could have been worse. Yeah, it could have been worse because he was like, I think he said they was like steady breathing. He might have some broken ribs and shit like that.
And he still had the biggest smile on his face. Like
he was dreaming.
He was just like nothing ever happened. Motherfucker was just big old McDonald's smile.
This is when Paprika goes into his dream to save him.
Mm-mm.
Not yet, but she does.
Yeah.
She does, and that's what they actually show from the DC mini perspective as to what his dream is. And this is the first time you actually get to see this weird dream sequence of a whole bunch of cobbled together dreams.
A parade.
You get to see a parade with a big throne and a billion baby dolls around the parade.
And samurai.
Who was dreaming about a toaster oven and a fridge?
Someone out there was dreaming about. Someone dreamed about becoming a guitar. Like there was all kinds of stuff in that dream.
So this is when they were trying to figure out who stole it. And the other doctor, Himaru, that was Takeda's assistant, hasn't showed up. And they were like, let's put 2 and 2 together. Let's go see where he's at. Like, I think he ain't been in the job. I don't think he's been in the job for like a couple days or something.
And Takeda didn't think much about it because once Himaru gets started on something, it's like hard to get him to stop. Yeah. Like once he starts a project, it's like, all right, dude's gone for a couple of days. I'll see him in a few days.
That might be what fucking inventors are like. I never invented anything, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not much of an inventor.
MattMatt?
I ain't invented shit. I mean,
if there's any adventures out there, do you just get lost in your work for a few days and forget you have like a life and shit?
They probably have to.
I mean, do you? Like, are you like Mr. Selinsky?
Selinsky?
Yeah, from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Mr. Selinsky, the guy who shrunk the kids?
It's been years since I watched that movie. But continuing on. So Takeda, Chiba, and Asanai go to Himaru's house or apartment to go, and that's one of my. This is a funny scene to me. Remember how the fucking car looked when they were driving down the fucking interstate? Yeah. Because Takeda was in the fucking back, and it was like this, lean back. Well, yeah, no one can see it, but
I mean, that dude, he had that shit leaning real hard, like on like a 45. That shit was real like,
one bad bump,
one speed bump, and they're done for.
Everybody's dead.
Both tires are blown up. He probably just like the shocks are done. But
she like the Carolina squat.
So they go to Himaru's house,
they go put his
apartment,
ass in the trunk,
and they find it empty. They're trying to figure out where he's at, where the DC minis are, and Chiba's looking through a room, and she sees the picture of Dr. Takeda, and the Himaru, but Dr. Takeda is cut out. So Himaru really didn't think of as a friend. Think Takeda was really a friend to him. Then she sees the doll, and she follows the doll out to a secret second apartment of Himaru's,
a secret downstairs lair in Himaru's apartment.
I think that was when she actually went into the dream.
Yeah,
I think as soon as she saw the doll, I think she was in the dream.
Yeah, because that doll didn't move for her.
I really hate creepy dolls, and that's a creepy doll.
And this was, like you were saying, this is a pretty cool scene because, like, she goes to following, what she perceives to be this moving doll, and then sees it sitting on, like, a carousel behind a gate. Like a badass, she decides to jump the gate.
Well, Asano saves her from almost jumping to her death.
That's when she snaps back into the real world, and
that's to reality.
That's what I think.
Yep.
Yeah, when I saw the bars go down, I was like, "Oh, she's about to die."
Oh shit!
And then she
just lost the main character.
It shows you that someone's in the background trying to get rid of the people that are asking questions.
Yeah, the people that are asking questions are the people that are connected to the project.
Yeah, Asanai helps Chiba from falling to her death. And she tells them that she saw a amusement park. No.
She saw on Dr. Takeda's shirt a robot that she saw at the amusement park in her dream. And it was supposed to be the amusement park Dreamland. It was somewhere that he and Himura had visited separately as children, and something that they shared a bond over. Dreamland. It wasn't the biggest theme park. It was a cute little theme park, but you know what I'm talking about. It's something that they remember.
Yeah. They get there and they find Himuru.
Well, no. So they find the doll, and Himuru finds the ground very quickly from a very high place.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did, with that same big smile on his face. Himuru falls through the damn glass that's right above the little merry-go-round or whatever the fuck it is.
He jumped off the Ferris wheel.
He jumped off the top rope and tried to go for a body splash and
splashed his body.
He ate dirt.
He ate concrete.
How? Well,
his face broke his fall.
Yeah, that is a big guy. I want to know how he actually survived.
The fat.
Because they fucking the fat.
It was the
because he hit the ground, he didn't bounce. When they bounce, that's how you know it really hurt. But he just.
It was the being asleep thing. Like, you guys know that thing. Like, if you're in a car wreck while you're knocked out, you're sleeping. You know, like,
or when you're drunk,
you won't be hurt as bad because you're like limber, you're loose. It's that kind of sort of. And his body weight was spread out. and most importantly, it's an anime. Now,
what made it real creepy was the DC mini, how like the comb part, looked like slugs coming out of his head.
It was like implanted into his skin.
Yeah, that's what it was like. Ooh, that's kind of nasty.
That's kind of nasty.
It was like, what happened? Like, this just became an alien movie all of a sudden. It kind of for a split second there.
Yeah. And that's when Konowari, the cop, came back in the story because he wanted to know what.
We'll call him Dr. Cop.
Dr. Cop. Hey, let's call him Dr. Cop. Fuck it. But yeah, when Dr. Cop,
Doctor Detective,
everybody's a doctor.
Detective Doctor.
Everyone's a doctor. Damn, I wish everyone was a doctor.
That sounds like a Rick and Morty episode.
But yeah,
Doctor.
He
too many docs.
He comes back into the story because he wants to know what Paprika found in his dreams. What if she knows
what kind of conclusions she may have come up with for him.
He went to the radiocity.jp,
which is a little card that Paprika gave him at their last meeting. It's like, how do I see you again? And she gave him a business card.
Yeah.
And he went to an online cafe.
A bar. He went to an online bar.
You can eat there. You can call it a cafe.
Listen, this is where we meet the best two characters in the whole movie.
Truly.
Sorry, but
Bartender 1 and 2.
Bartender 1 and 2. Little short fuck and a tall little skinny bastard.
They were smart. They knew what the hell they were talking about, and they was right every time they spoke.
So I'm gonna butcher this. The small little Hitler-looking one, his name is Kuga, and the tall Alfred-looking one, his name Jinne.
So Bartender 1 and 2.
So Bartender 1 and 2, yeah, because that's how they are.
So because I didn't know they had names.
Me neither.
Me either. So pretty much,
according to the internet, they do.
So pretty much, they went. Dr. Cop went to the bar to meet Paprika.
Dr. Cop.
And she.
I love it. Keep going.
She told him that he's impatient and he's hiding something. The Dr. Cop is hiding something. He's not telling the whole truth to Paprika about something that happened to his past.
His dreams aren't his memories. They're something else.
Pretty much. And they go through the same dream sequence of, Paprika takes him to pretty much a place to pick any movie he wants to go to. And he gets fucking mad.
Well, that's why she figures it out. Because she goes through it because she's a fucking doctor. Right? I mean, the cops are doctor too, apparently. Everyone's a doctor from watching this movie. But
was he really a cop or was he?
Yes, he was a detective.
He was a detective.
Oh yeah, yeah. So Paprika takes him on another because that's the thing about this movie that I thought was really cool was you never got those things. All right, now we got to go to sleep so we can do this. Like no, we were just okay. We're in this. Like
that was also I think that was like an effect of the DC mini was like you were able to just access that shit
You're not just
when
there.
you wanted to. Like him going to that internet cafe, like when you saw him first get on, he like looked around and shit because it was like, this is weird. What am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
And then once he accepted where he was at, it's almost like he went into a dream state to actually meet Paprika.
Yeah.
He went into the internet.
Because it's kind of like, where does Paprika exist if you're awake?
She's the dream walker.
Well, it's she's Freddy Krueger. Paprika would smack Freddy Krueger. But for real though,
depends on whose dream we're in.
Fair enough.
She's the dream warrior.
So yeah. So
she ain't beat Scary Terry.
Bitch.
All right.
So
yeah.
She figures out that all his dreams had to do with movies, right? Like he had the romance, he had the spy thriller, he had the mystery, and that's a whole thing. Is he's trying to find out how this movie ends for him. He doesn't like movies anymore because he done fucked up. Not really truly fucked up, but he has a fucked up past that he was trying to finish a movie and they never ended it. So that's been haunting him throughout this case that he's been on. He hasn't been able to figure out the mystery or finish this movie. So
and that's when
she takes him to the movies.
And that's when he gets into all the movie fucking special words of pan shot, fucking zoom in and zoom out shit.
Did you notice in that scene when they were doing that, they were doing the shot that they were talking about?
Pretty much.
Like it's like we have this line, and this is the line right here, so you know what this looks like. And then we have what was it called?
It was called a pan shot.
A pan shot. We have the main big 2-person shot. Then we have the me looking at you and you looking at me shot, and then we have the one with death. And like besides the plot of the movie, like the animation of the movie kind of reminded me of old Disney movies, how they would film the movie and then draw over it. Like if you watch like old Cinderella, right? You can tell that is an actual person that they drew over. Which,
yes,
it shows you in the very beginning of the movie, like in the circus, like that shit is lifelike. You don't feel like you're watching, like even the people's faces, their expression, like every single person looks different. Every single person has a different face.
Did you notice that he gets younger every time he keeps on talking about the movies?
Because he's going back. Because that's how Paprika works. She's opening him up and making him feel comfortable so he can open up to her.
He started out looking like a director, like a sleazy director.
And then he turned back into a grade school student.
Not a grade school, like college level student.
Well, high because they were in high school when they tried to make the movie. And it never finished.
It was kind of like the movie that he was trying to make and the dreams he was having was kind of like a metaphor because like he didn't finish the movie. And like it's like not so much his job that's stressing him out, but his unfulfilled dreams that's like starting to come back and haunt him. Because essentially he kind of sort of forgot about his past. Like he forced himself to forget. I'm a cop. I don't have time for these little acting games anymore.
He turned into an adult.
He turned into a grown ass man.
Pretty much.
And his friend, whom he was making the movies with,
died.
Apparently passed away while on his way to go to an esteemed school to learn how to make movies.
Damn, Steve. Passed away. That's some respect.
No.
Died. He fucking died before he get into dead. That piece of shit grabbing him. Nightmare.
That piece of shit couldn't survive. He died.
But like when they're sitting at the theater discussing all this was pretty cool. I like how they're discussing all this, and it's like you can hear their voices and hear noises, but in the background you can see the wall starting to come down and a dream sequence starting to invade. Mm-hmm. And it's like super quiet up until the dream sequence. It's the parade. The parade until they start playing their music, and then suddenly it's just utter fucking chaos.
While this is happening in another part, Takeda was making 2 more DC minis to try to help his friend Himaru.
Right.
So he went to try to go into Himaru's dream, which really didn't happen. He went into someone else's dream because he was like, "You're not Himaru."
Wait a minute.
Because he knew about Himuru's kind of thing of he likes to make dolls,
Right.
And if you look around in the fucking apartment, he was dressed up like a girl, and Himuru kind of likes.
Himuru also had magazines on the shelf that were, I mean, explicitly naked boys. Is what the magazine said. Naked boys.
He liked Playgirl, not Playboy.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, he
yeah.
knew about Himuru. So when he invaded the dream, he was a giant robot, like a little box robot thing, and he saw the doll that Himuru usually, the picture of him, like Himuru's doll. So he went in to go talk to it, and the doll didn't respond. And he was like, "At something, right? Where's Himuru?"
And that's when the eyes fucking flare up, and it's like, "Oh,
You're not Himuru.
You're not Himuru.
Who the fuck are you?"
And so, like, essentially, he gets stuck in that dream sequence. Now, this is what I thought was pretty cool: is when that parade invaded the theater.
Yeah.
When Paprika tried to haul ass, she was like, "Oh shit!" She looks back and sees Dr. Cop hugged up with all the girls in the dream, and he's like, "Shit, I'm about to accept it." He was about to go crazy too, but she ends up getting snatched through the silver screen, doesn't she?
No, she's trying to because they kept on going.
So Kita runs through it.
Yeah, he kept on because he was in the dream sequence.
Right, she was trying to stop him.
And they got fucking stuck, and that's when she clicked herself out of it and went to Dr. Shima to be like, "Hey, shit's going down. Something's not right. Takita's not in fucking Himuru's dream. Something's not right." And Dr. Shima's like, "They're not dreaming. Something isn't right. You got to go back into the dream world and figure this shit out." So that's when Paprika comes in, and she, I think she goes into Himuru's dream, or sees the big parade, figures out like
as Sun Wukong.
As Sun Wukong.
Yeah, she dropped down like she was on like a Call of Duty mission. When you come out the damn clouds,
yeah.
Like she came down, hit the cloud, and was like suddenly Sun Wukong. She got the extendo pole, damn Nimbus cloud, and the outfit on, of course. And she's hauling ass, flying through the town looking for Himuru and looking for evidence of what the fuck's going on.
She sees it in the next alleyway over, or the next street over, because I'm guessing the dream didn't fall that much, and it kind of looks like it's ripping apart, like something's ripping open. And she goes in there, and is that when she finds the shell or the husk of Himuru?
She pretty much winds up in a forest and sees the shell of Himuru.
Well, she turns into Tinkerbell.
She turns into a little Tinkerbell thingamajigger, and that's when she sees the shell of Himuru and realizes that something's really fucky here. She looks up and sees
the
tree.
Oh, that the tree, yeah, because the shell of Himuru is being like sucked dry by the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And who else's face is on there but Professor X himself? Professor X.
He wanted to end these dream fucking walks and shit.
Paprika's like, "I found Cerebro! I found it!"
And she found it all right, and then tried to haul ass.
And that's when she wakes up.
Well, yeah, because Shima was holding the exit button the whole time, right? Like if anything goes wrong, because they can watch the dreams, right? If anything goes wrong, wake me up. And she wakes up, and they take a ride to go see what the fuck, right?
What is Professor X doing with this fucking shit?
Yeah, and then
why was his face in Himuru's dream?
Then they find Professor X, and he stands up, and his legs ain't legs. His legs are roots. And she's like, "Oh, I'm still dreaming."
Yep.
Aren't I? And then yeah, she is.
And that's when Asanai snatches.
Yeah. That's when the coup finally goes together of Asanai is working with Professor X, and I think they're
romantic partners.
Yeah, I think they're kind of fucking.
But
even Paprika said, "You act like you're using her like your mother."
Well, what was really cool about, you could tell the difference between Asanai and the CEO. Asanai, I wanted to call him CEO Doctor.
Dr. CEO.
Dr. CEO.
Dr. Chairman.
Dr. Chairman.
Dr. Professor X.
Fuck.
So his little thing is he has butterflies, right? Like that's how he's able to capture her out of the dream because everything comes full circle and she ends up as one of the dolls in the parade. And as the parade's going down, she looks up and there's Sun Wukong Paprika. And she's like, yo, hey, it's a trap. And we go back to the Sun Wukong Paprika and she tries to escape. And then the butterflies come and get her. And they eat her ass up.
That's when the butterflies tap her ass.
And that's when she gets set up on the table pretty much to be
like a butterfly.
To be
dissected.
Pretty much dissected.
Yeah, she has butterfly wings, and he has the little needles in her wings, so she can't go anywhere. And Asanai they have like this real weird dialogue where like Asanai tries to tell her that he loves her, and she's kind of like, I don't give a fuck, you can't do shit to me. And then he tells her and shows her that he in fact can do shit to her.
Put his hand right in.
He put his hand inside of her body somehow, like from the top of her flesh, and essentially just rips her out of her skin. And
because this is Paprika,
he rips Paprika in half and pulls out Dr. Chiba,
like a metamorphosis.
This is the real you.
She bloomed or something. Like she was a caterpillar. Paprika was a caterpillar. Chiba was the butterfly.
Just snatched out Dr. Chiba. Which, from this point, really, the movie just gets fucking wild. It just goes on a few crazy turns.
There's a kaiju battle.
And, like, this is where Asanai gets killed. Asanai in the dream gets killed, where Asanai in real life fades away and disappears. And it's almost like he falls into the ground, and when he does, it creates like some kind of black hole that allows the dream world to invade the real world. And from there, people experiencing this dream world, they just kind of freak the fuck out too and become part of the dream.
Part of the parade.
This is where you start to see vending machines and shit come to life, people turning into guitars.
Oh, the lawyers like jumping off a roof like they're swimmers.
Right. It's almost
and
like
this is real life.
Almost like they were news hosts or something. They were just like, oh, today's weather, it's going to be rainy. And just like a whole bunch of them bust ass off the roof. A lot of crazy shit starts happening here. But this is where Paprika and Chiba, Dr. Chiba, kind of become one person again. Sort of, kind of.
Before that, Paprika comes and helps Dr. Chiba. Which I don't know how, but that's what we're going with.
The dream world became part of the real world. But Paprika exists in the dream world.
Yeah, Chiba's not in the dream world. She even told us in the earlier parts of the movie that she's really never had dreams. She hasn't had her own dreams in a couple years.
Well, What's really funny to me is when Paprika showed up to help Dr. Shima and Chiba, it was almost like, because everything's going to shit because they have all these dreams coming out, right? And it was almost like when Paprika showed up, it was like, oh boy, we have our own Toon Force Pokemon now who can help us get out of these situations.
Yeah.
That's exactly, because like they was getting their asses beat, and then Paprika showed up. It's like, nah, fuck that. Like, come here, look at this.
That's one of the things I like about this movie is like there's not like an overt amount of violence. It's not like blood and guts. It's not scary. It's kind of a thriller. It's kind of a mystery. And what catches me about it is, the animation and like the ability to tell the story of this is what a dream could look like if it spilled over into the real world.
Real shit could happen. And
like that idea, like that's such a cool fucking movie. Such a pretty movie. I love Paprika.
I like Paprika too.
It's a real cute name. Then
we had this is when the cop, Dr. Cop, MD, DDS comes back, and editor in chief, he comes back and he saves the day. Basically, that was really cool because like we kind of skipped over this a little bit. He saves Paprika from this CEO Professor Dr. X and Butterfly Doctor Man. What's the name?
Yeah. He
busts
jumped
through
the movie screen,
and they go through his dreams again. And this is when he finally, everything comes full circle. Like, my personal favorite story throughout this whole movie, because it's one big, that's what I really like about it, is like, there's a bunch of different mini stories going on at the same time as each other, right? The detective doctor, DDS, MD, editor-in-chief, detective, spy guy, anyway, 007, when he shows up, and this is when it comes full circle for him, right? Because Asanai becomes the enemy in this, right? He becomes the guy who's choking him out on the train. He becomes the guy that they beat up while he's taking the picture. He's the guy that's running away from the detective, right? At the end. And this is finally when he's like, maybe I should finish this now, right? And he shoots him in the back, right? Which is when he dies, what we were talking about earlier. And then we get this whole cheesy sequence where it's like, he does a whole one-liner and all that. I forgot what he says, but he does a one-liner.
He gets a one-liner. He gets the girl who's knocked unconscious.
Who's fully out. And like,
straight 8 makes out with her. Like,
while she's asleep.
Like, he's like, you're ending your own movie here, aren't you? But, and that's actually what wakes Chiba up.
Yeah. Oh, that's, yeah, because she smacks Shima.
Yep, slaps the shit out of Shima.
But that's when we realize that the world's starting to meld together.
Right.
And Paprika shows up, and then, you know, we got to fix this, and then
the big doll shows up.
Chiba wants to save Takeda, which she gets eaten by Takeda. Because, and then big kaiju battle, and he's looking for her, and he's looking for, actually, he eats Chiba, but he's like, wait, something's missing. Just a little bit of spice. How about some paprika? And
he got what he needed.
Yeah. And then out of Takeda, Dr. Robot, Dr. Man, spawns a child.
A little baby girl.
And the CEO has risen up out of the black hole as this giant kaiju monster.
The chairman.
The chairman,
Chairman.
Dr. Professor X, right? Chairman, CEO, DDSMD.
He rises up out of the big... the doctor chairman rises up out of the big black hole that's letting the dreams into the real world.
Yep.
And he's like, I'm fucking amazing. I'm the most amazing thing that anybody's ever seen. Nobody can be more fucking amazing than me. I got this shit. I have the power. And then this baby pulls a Kirby.
Starts eating him,
pretty much.
And just eats him and the dreams and anything else that was part of that dream world. Ate it. Just Kirby'd it right on up.
That was it. Pretty much like that.
I mean, that kind of sort of pretty much ties up the movie. But I mean, this is one of those movies that, like, it's more so like the adventure. It's kind of hard to explain because it's a fucking dream sequence, essentially. A fever dream sometimes. But what did you guys really think of the movie, man? Steve, this was your first time watching it, man. What'd you think?
Well, I have a few questions. Now that I don't have the other question about the Dr. Cop, because I thought he was a journalist, or like a guy that was trying to do movies, but he was like had the like an idea of a cop in his head or something. I don't have any question about that.
Well,
when Dr. Professor X showed up and said, or like when he was shown as the big bad,
Chairman Dr. Professor X, MDDDS. Thank you.
Did you guys like see that happening, or was it like you thought it was Himaru the whole time?
I didn't think it was the chairman.
I thought it was Takeda.
I thought it could have been anybody else. Well, and not Shima, because he busted his ass running out that window. I didn't think it was him or the chairman.
And then he had to get popped, but we kind of skimmed over that.
It's like seeing the chairman, be part of this. I was like, I remember watching it the first time and was like, but why is he there? Like I'm still questioning it. Like, why is he in the dream? Nah, she's making this up. This isn't real. Paprika's asleep. What the fuck's happening?
Well, watching it the second time, that's really what you see when, the DC minis go missing, right? And they go see the chairman, and the chairman's immediately like, "Oh, we should shut this project down now. We don't make no more, this, that, and the third." And it was like, because he's trying to cover not trying to cover his tracks. He doesn't want anyone else to have access to his unlimited power.
I have the power. Pretty much.
Yeah.
But for the movie, love the animation. I thought it was very beautiful.
Photorealistic too.
Still, the music where at the beginning when he gave her when Paprika gave her the card and it was the title card, that music, her coming in with Sun Wukong, I love that. It felt like her entrance music for WWE. It felt like she was coming down.
What's her finisher? What's Paprika's finisher?
The briefcase.
The $1 Million Dream.
All right, I'd be all right with that. Nah, it'd be. It should be called the Dream Maker.
Should just rename it the DC Mini.
Oh my god!
Because once you get a piece of my DC Mini,
no.
Oh, but yeah, beautiful animation. The story isn't hard to follow, but it's definitely like one of those mind trippy stories. If a person started the movie like halfway through, they would be like, what the fuck is happening?
What and why?
Well, pretty much. And like you would have that's the whole thing. It's like dream and reality kind of meld. You can't have dream and reality melding.
This is one of those, I need to watch this twice. Because like the first, like this is the way you see it, the way I see it. Is the first time I watched this from a what is going on in the situation standpoint. Then I watched it the second time and I'm in Paprika's shoes.
Honestly, I felt the first time the first time isn't enough. Like, you don't have to watch it the second time for me. Like, the first time I understood Dr. Professor X was the bad guy. His little boo thing was a bad guy. I did for a second think Takeda was a bad guy because of his how he made the DC Mini again and how he acted a little different when he was about to dreamscape.
Oh, wait, we forgot something.
What?
When she found out that because Takeda was fucked up. Because he had made this and he realized that it was fucked up and he didn't want it to be fixed, right? Because he was a little mad scientist in this fat fucking corner. When she goes off on him. Remember that?
It wasn't about it not... He left the access the way it was because it was still in testing phase.
Right.
Like, it wasn't ready for large production and shit. So, like, it hadn't been programmed yet. He could have, but just not yet. He was trying to perfect the way it worked first.
But, I mean, the way that Chiba went off on this motherfucker.
Yeah, she was mad about him.
She fired his ass up.
You fat masturbate
dumb motherfucker.
Like, she...
And at the very end of the movie, both of them got married.
And then they got married.
She changed her last name to Takeda.
I thought that was really cute how Paprika told Dr. Cop.
Yep.
She was like, she gave him a little note.
Like, hey, yo, sorry, I'm taking it.
I like how Dr. Cop didn't give a fuck. He liked Paprika, not Chiba.
Yeah,
that's what I think
he
too.
Didn't give a shit about Chiba. Like, he was like, oh, bet. He didn't give a shit.
He got the girl. He got the sleeping beauty.
Hey, hold on, man. In the dreams, it's fair game.
In dreams, it's fair. He light her up in a dream, but like, that was for me personally, that was a super duper kick ass movie. I love it. I love it. I love it. The thing that made me watch it was honestly the title of the movie, Paprika. It's like, what the fuck could they make out of this? And that was really all it took for me. Shortly after I watched Paprika, I actually got to watch The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. And apparently I went down like this road of like really cool animated movies. I think right after that was The Wolf Children. Like, just these movies that were sort of out of my norm of shit to watch. You know, of course I like fantasy and violence and, you know, ass kicking and machine guns and robots and kaiju. But this Paprika actually had everything except for the blood and guts.
It had blood and guts.
It had blood. It had blood.
I do want to say this, Matt, you were wrong. You made me... Okay, you're wrong. You're just wrong.
You're wrong.
Are you existing?
Wrong.
Wrong.
Because Liquid Gold said so.
Liquid Gold said so. No, to me... Okay. When MattMatt when MattMatt told me about Paprika, I thought it was like this. I thought the movie was like people pulling skin off themselves and like mind melting. How MattMatt explained it when he told me about it, I was like, okay, like I thought it was like a horror movie. I thought Paprika was like a horror movie, and now it's like, oh, it's a lighthearted like dreamscape Inception-esque. To me, it felt like I could call the movie Dreamwalkers.
I don't feel like it was lighthearted. People died. People like fucking straight up died.
I mean, some people did die. I mean, it's true, but
evil people died. Professor X died, and fucking his little boo thing died.
Those people who jumped off the
innocent guys who jumped off the building died too.
Well, they shouldn't have fucking jumped in that dreamscape that quickly.
He's like, you shouldn't have been existing.
Not while crazy shit was going on. Don't look at the.
What was you doing in that country at that time? So fault.
So guys, any final thoughts y'all want to toss in?
Good movie. A little mind trippy if you don't really like. If you watch it in the middle of it, it'll kind of be a little mind trippy. A good watch, and it's not as good as a Studio Ghibli movie, but I'd probably watch it again if anybody just threw it on.
Well, for me personally, everybody in the world should watch this movie. This is one of those, just kind of like finding a Studio Ghibli movie. Everybody should find one and enjoy it. Everybody should watch Paprika. It's too cute not to. It's too funny not to, and it's too crazy not to. I've been Kadawfi Crush.
I've been MattMatt.
And I've been Liquid Gold Steve.
You're always Liquid Gold Steve.
And don't y'all forget to check us out on our social medias, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and anywhere you can catch a podcast.
TikTok. Mention the TikTok.
Oh, shit, and we're on TikTok. Hey!
Plug the book.
Now, you guys stay classy. And thanks for stopping by.
Is that bad?